It's a coconut banoffee pie, but it's not your average coconut banoffee pie. No, no. I'm gonna call it a magic coconut banoffee pie, and you'll see why. Come on in, Nikki. Hey! Well, look who came to visit. It's Nicky Clinch.
Hi, Katie. How are you?
Doing great. Very excited to eat this dessert.
Good. I am so looking forward to making it, and I am so looking forward to eating it. And it's really, really good for those of you that want to have lower sugar in your desserts, and if you have any intolerances.
Okay, let's make it.
I just had this urge to like make a really amazing dessert. And I just kept thinking of banoffee pie, which was like a school favorite of mine. It's like a proper traditional English, you get it in all the pubs here. It's like proper old school. And I was like, how can I make a banoffee pie that I can eat and my daughter can eat, because we're both dairy intolerant. So I was like, so I just started playing, and it's literally become one of my most popular desserts now.
First, let's make the pastry. I hope you've all bought a scale by now, so let's continue. Combine 200 grams of spelt flour with 55 grams of ground almonds, 45 grams shredded coconut, and a half teaspoon sea salt. Then mix 40 milliliters maple syrup with 40 milliliters water and 30 milliliters olive oil. Mix and add that to your flour combination.
Now I'm only gonna pour in about 3/4 of it right now, and then I'm gonna just work it in.
As with many other pastries made in a non-traditional way, in other words, without typical binders such as eggs, it's a bit more finicky, so pay attention to what Nicky is looking for in terms of texture and consistency.
I'm gonna get my hands in here now. Just trying to put a bit of firmness in it so that it starts holding, but I'm not squashing it, otherwise it becomes crumbly. I'm just putting enough firmness so that it holds together. And then what we want to do is we're going to wrap that in a little bit of cling film and get that in the freezer for about 10 minutes. The important thing is don't forget about it, because I have forgotten about it in the past, and then you won't be able to roll it out.
Now let's prep the oven and grease the baking tin.
180 degrees and preheat it so that we can get the pastry in.
Then it's time to roll out your crust. So take it out of the freezer and put flour down on the table.
I'm actually trying to flatten it a bit now, so that when I get the rolling pin on it, it doesn't like totally shock it and then it just breaks in half. If you get a few cracks, that's totally fine. You just can repair it with your finger, but try and flatten it out as much as you can now.
Same thing I said before about non-traditional pastries. Be gentle with it. It doesn't have the most typical binder of eggs, which is quite unique.
So this is a great pastry to use if you have issues with intolerances.
Put it in your tin and trim the edges. Then put parchment paper down and fill it with baking weights. We're gonna blind bake it.
Bake at 180 degrees for check after 15 minutes, because every oven is different, and it can go up to 20 until it's nice and golden, okay?
Now we'll start on the banana coconut filling. Start with 180 milliliters of milk.
So I'm using oat milk here, but really you can use any milk at home. So now I'm using this ingredient called agar. So this is a setting agent. It's a natural setting agent. So it works exactly like gelatine, but this is completely natural and vegetarian. Actually, this is a sea vegetable, which is kind of amazing. And they come in flakes and they come in powder. If you get the powder, you have to half the quantity of what the measurement is, because it will be more intense. But we've got the flakes here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dissolve the agar flakes in the oat milk beforehand, and then we're gonna mix it all together for the filling, because this is what's gonna help the filling set.
You want 5 grams of that.
So I'm putting it on a medium heat, a medium fire, because you just don't want to burn the milk, but you do need it to come up to a simmering point. You just keep stirring it. That'll help it dissolve quicker and easier. I would say 5 minutes would be fine.
Once that's dissolved, add the rest of the filling ingredients.
Our milk and agar mix here. It's all measured out. You see, that's already actually starting to set a little bit. Coconut oil, which is also going to help it set.
180 milliliters coconut oil.
And this sweetener that I'm using is called brown rice syrup. So this is made completely from brown rice.
120 milliliters of that.
But of course you can use any one that you have. You could use maple syrup, you could use golden syrup, whatever you can get your hands on at home.
200 grams creamed coconut.
So now I'm gonna add the creamed coconut. So this is just coconut meat. This is the actual flesh of the coconut.
3 medium ripe bananas.
So I deliberately bought them a week ago because I wanted them to go brown so that they are softer and sweeter. And last but not least, we're gonna add a pinch of salt. So important, I think, for desserts to have a pinch of salt.
And blend all those things together.
So that's gonna set. Yummy. So this is a good time to taste.
Oh yeah. And your blind baking should be complete by now.
You can see it's really lovely and golden.
So add the filling to the crust.
So you can put this in the fridge to set for 20 to 30 minutes, but if you really need it fast, you can put it in the freezer for 10. So we're gonna put it in the freezer. So now that is setting in the fridge or in the freezer, we're gonna do our caramel, our salted caramel topping. So this is a completely natural, refined sugar-free version of salted caramel.
You'll want 100 grams medjool dates, which you've soaked in hot water for an hour. 1 heaping tablespoon of smooth nut butter. We're using almond butter. A bit of golden syrup to taste, and some sea salt crystals. Blend it up. And don't forget to taste as you go.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Holy, this is so good. Oh my God. I can't wait for it all to come together. Prep all of your toppings. Sliced banana, add some sweetener to coconut yogurt or Greek yogurt. Prep your chocolate chunks. Now take the pie out of the freezer and compile.
So we're gonna do the salted caramel on the top of the pie, and then we're gonna do a layer of banana, and then we're gonna do the cream on the top. So traditionally in England, Banoffee pie is the pastry, then you get the sort of the pie filling, and then you get the caramel, and then you get the banana, and then you get the cream. So we've done pretty much that. We've just done a really healthy version of it that still tastes amazing. There you go. Coconut and banana Banoffee pie.
Oh, we've been tasting as we've gone, as you saw. And all the elements separately were so good.
Yes.
Together.
Let's do it.
Oh my God, let's do
Ready?
it. Yes.
Go.
Oh, yeah. Oh man.
Yum.
Wow, and that is such a cheesecakey texture. I'm so impressed with that texture. Among the many, many things that you do, one of them is that you are a macrobiotic chef.
I am, yes.
What does that mean?
So, trained in cooking with whole foods, seasonal, plant-based foods. So I also work as a life coach and a macrobiotic counselor. So I help people with their health issues. I do one-to-one counseling, and I teach a lot of workshops in London, and I teach my 6-week course, which is a cooking course as well.
Tell these great people where they can find you.
So you can find me on my website, www.nickiclinch.com. And on there I have like over 150 recipes.
She has a matcha cake on there that I'm like dying to try.
Yeah, that one is a winner.
I've kind of gotten into matcha recently, and I got this matcha from the Matcha Reserve. This is from the Matcha Reserve, where all you have to do is mix it with hot water and you've got your matcha drink. So I already have that ingredient. Do you want me to make a video on Nikki's matcha marshmallow cheesecake? Leave a comment below if you do. And Nikki, tell them what not to forget.
Keep it quirky.
Always.